Okay, so I know I said in the last video that the first video I'm going to make is about Turma da Mônica, but with the release of the new episode of I feel like this video has to come first because I have a lot of thoughts about that episode. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think the episode is bad or anything, but what was that voting? Did anyone actually understand that? Like, the only implication that comes to mind when I think about that voting is that OJ rigged the votes. Because, okay, Tappy, I think her name is Tappy, of course she wouldn't have voted for Poppy, but I don't think she would have voted for Lightbulb either. If anything, she was obviously going to vote for Paper. And that's why I think it was OJ, but even if it was OJ, that kind of feels like character assassination. Am I wrong? I don't think OJ would do that. Okay, Paper is his best friend. They were roommates. Paper is his boyfriend, but I don't think I don't think he would do that. Let me explain. I'm getting over myself. Let me just... Okay, so whether or not OJ actually rigged the votes, it still feels like a lose-lose situation for me, because if he didn't, then Tappy is just very, very dumb, but if he did, that's very out of character for him. I guess you could argue that since the last time he was a host, he actually eliminated Suitcase just because he felt like it, but I feel like these are some very different circumstances, and I don't think he would do something like that again, considering how much he had grown since that point in Season 2 to this point in Season 4, considering he went through an entire mini arc during the finale of Season 2. We can even see earlier in the episode how disappointed OJ was at Paper's racism. It doesn't make any sense for him to protect his boyfriend from something he himself felt disappointed he did. He repeats throughout the whole season that he doesn't have any favoritism for Paper. Of course, that could have been foreshadowing for him lying about that, but still. And also, why would OJ want Paper to win so badly? Even if he was eliminated, he can't come back. Easily come back. And also, there's no winning. The only reason why Paper is actually competing is for fun, because he already concluded his whole story arc in Season 1 by the show's rules. He is completely over. He almost won Season 1. There's no winning, there's no prize, there's no $1 million, there's no nothing. It doesn't make any sense why OJ would want Paper to win so badly if he did rig the votes. And we could also obviously argue that Tappy just voted for Lightbulb because she didn't really want to vote for Poppy. But I don't think that's a good plan either, since she saw how racist Paper was towards Poppy, and I don't think she would just, vote for Lightbulb to save herself from the drama happening around Paper. Maybe she heard that Paper was close to the finale and was afraid of messing with him, but I don't think that's a good writing decision either, because if that's the case, then they should have foreshadowed it more. So yeah, even though I don't really like where this is probably going, I'm still very curious to see what the show will do to this voting, if they will actually surprise me and introduce a third option, or if it just will get ignored in the other episodes. But anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about a bit in this episode is that I kind of want Fan to die. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing against Fan. I think he's a great character, but I think it would be a good writing decision to make him die, so that now we really know that how dangerous no recovery can be. I really like the idea of someone we actually care about dying, so we can see how the stakes had raised. And if Fan does die, I want him to die forever. Not gonna lie, I wasn't really a fan of Knife surviving when he did die, but I could kinda understand it. But if Fan dies because of the whole being caught on fire thing, I want him to die forever. But anyways, this is pretty much all I have to say about this episode, except for the fact that I'm just gonna say, because I know there's going to be a lot of theories about Mitag actually being evil. I don't think he's evil, because if he was evil, then that would contradict the whole message the season is trying to say about trusting others, despite their background or how they may look like. I still don't really know what Mitag is up to. I don't really have a theory for that, but I don't think it's something actually bad. If whatever Mitag is doing, then that would be kind of a writing failure for me, not gonna lie. But anyways, I know this is a short video. The next one is going to be a lot longer, I promise. But this is pretty much all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. That will mean a lot to me. And bye bye!